All right, this week on the show, Dark Phoenix opens in theaters. We got a possible look at Marvel Phase 4 and DC's skipping San Diego this year. All this and more this week in Geek. All right, we're back. Welcome to the all-new Grizzled Geek Podcast. I'm Mike.
I'm Kirsten.
I'm Doug.
Yay, we're all here. All three of us are here.
We made it.
Episode 3, all three of us are here. We've actually finally got it down. First episode, we didn't have sound. Really good.
Oh, yeah.
Crap sound.
Just the camera sound. Yeah.
That's right. This episode, we actually have everything. We have the transitions. We have images to show for news stories. And
Nice.
we actually have audio. Hopefully, you have audio. Hopefully, if you're after watching this, you
Let
can hear
us
us.
know if you don't, so we can
Yeah.
fix it now.
Yeah. Read our lips and know that we're telling you we're.
Other people use like keywords, and if people start typing it in like that keyword into the chat, then you know that they can hear you.
Exactly.
Mm.
All right, folks. We got all your nerd news as usual, plus a healthy dose of discussion. Goobering over this.
Yeah.
We'll start off.
This will be fun.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah.
There's some interesting stories.
Interesting stories this week. We'll start off with the big one. Opening tonight is Dark Phoenix, the last of the Fox X-Men franchise.
Right. Yeah.
The longest running superhero franchise,
Yeah.
of all time. So
Yeah.
it was one of the ones that started it all. It actually started back. X-Men was back in the year 2000. It was actually that, and Sam Raimi's Spider-Man was, Blade kind of kicked it off.
Right. Yeah.
But X-Men was the first, well-known property.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, we had the cartoon in the 90s, which built it up to popularity, and this was, the first movie, and then, they had 2 really good movies, and then after that, they just, up and down, up and down.
Kind of good Star Trek feel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Every other movie's good.
All right, and for the most part, the same creative team for the entire run of the X-Men. So it's really hard to say. It's some of the best X-Men movies, some of the worst X-Men movies.
Yeah, it's weird. But
This,
anyways.
however, looks to be, sadly, one of the worst ones.
Yeah.
Apparently,
It's at least getting panned. Well, I don't know what they expected. It's
it was put off. It was pushed back twice.
Yeah.
The entire ending was refilmed, right? It was in the middle of all of the Fox Disney merger.
Right.
and the same guy already blew this story once before. So
The guy who wrote X3
Mm-hmm.
not only is directing this one too. They doubled down on this guy.
yeah.
I can do better, guys. I can do better.
He did such an awful job the first time.
Yeah.
Let's let him, kind of fix it.
Yeah.
Oh, or
Yeah.
not.
Well, well, we're not seeing this movie this weekend, sadly.
No.
And here's the big problem with both of these movies. You didn't introduce us to Phoenix before making her Dark Phoenix.
Yeah.
Right.
So you kind of skipped the whole heart of the story
Right.
and the whole,
Yeah.
you can't skip to the end of the,
Yeah.
we had this, she was in Sophie Turner was in one other X-Men movie, right?
Yeah.
The Apocalypse
Days
one?
Past, I think.
No, she wasn't in Days of Future Past. She was in Apocalypse.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah.
And there
You're
wasn't,
right.
she was only in
One
one.
other.
So we didn't really have time to
Right.
really grow with the character
Yeah.
and really care about her.
Yeah.
And
Colin says there's not entirely true. You had a director change between X2 and The Last Stand. That is true. But the creative team has also made some of the best and some of the worst movies together. I mean, there has been different directors in some different movie parts, but Kinberg and has been involved in some of the best and some of the worst X-Men movies.
yeah,
But
right. Yeah. I mean, but it just comes down to a fundamental misunderstanding of the character, in my opinion. You've just,
the problem is everyone talks about the timelines getting screwed up and everything like that, which I don't have a problem with the timelines not getting messed up because, Days of Future's Past, which is one of the good movies, actually kind of gave them a blank slate to, not have to follow that one.
Yeah.
However, the problem I have with is X-Men First Class was in the 60s, and this next one's in the 90s.
Right.
and McAvoy, they haven't aged at all.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
They're mutants.
literally in 8 years, they're supposed to be
essentially immortal.
Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart.
Right.
Right?
True.
So they don't age for 30 years, and then the last 8 years was rough.
It was
Right.
a really rough time.
It was super rough on them. And then, they turned into Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
It's just weird. Like, literally, if you look at this movie, you look at how, in shape and young looking, Magneto is in this. You're like, that guy's a Holocaust survivor.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, that guy should be in his 60s.
Yeah.
In the 90s or 70s, or he was a kid, so 60s.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
But yeah,
Maybe it's part of his mutant abilities. He doesn't age as quickly, or
all of them.
Yeah,
all of them.
Every
Like,
That's what makes you a mutant.
It's part of being a mutant. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Sure.
yeah. So the fact of the matter is
yeah. I mean,
this
it's a Dark Phoenix story. It doesn't have Wolverine in it, right?
Yeah.
And you can't really do a Dark Phoenix story without giving us Jean Grey, like you said. We have to,
you have to bond her, get to know the Phoenix powers before
Yes.
she then gets corrupted by the Phoenix powers.
Yeah.
Right. You can't just skip to the end. But
and look at this movie. People are saying that she gets the Phoenix power in an accident in space, right?
right, which is
But she already exhibited the Phoenix power. That's how she beat Apocalypse, by turning into the Phoenix. She had the Phoenix Force in the last movie.
That's hilarious. I didn't even, because I skipped the last movie.
You skipped the last movie entirely?
Yeah,
that's how they beat him. Is she goes full Phoenix on him. She even has like the fiery wings and the whole bit. And you're like, wow, okay, I guess they're making her, and then Dark Phoenix I thought was be a continuation of the story.
Yeah.
They just kind of gloss over that bit.
Nope. Yeah.
You're like, she's yeah, tell a good story and timeline tweaks don't matter as much.
Yeah.
They have failed the city. Yes, they have.
All right.
My goodness. But despite that, it looks like it might. The numbers are saying they're going to pull in respectable numbers, at least overseas. They're looking at doing a 50 million domestic run, which is enough to put it squarely in second place.
For opening weekend or
Opening
just
weekend.
Okay.
Opening weekend.
Come on, 50 million run?
Right.
That's
That's
bad.
especially for a $200 million movie.
Yeah.
So you have to make $400 million in order to make your money back on this movie, right? So
which is going to be
million.
hard for it to do. If
yeah.
it's going to make 170 in its opening weekend, that means it'll make about 80 million second weekend, 40 the next.
Yeah.
It's going to struggle to make its
money. Yeah,
its
especially
budget.
with all this other stuff coming out. So it's not even going to be number one opening weekend. So Secret Life of Pets is going to be number one. This is going to be number two.
That's so sad.
Yeah. An X-Men movie getting beat by Secret Life of Pets.
I mean, it's a good movie, but come on now.
Yeah, I mean, but it's still looking at 170 million because it's got pretty good foreign numbers right now.
Yeah. Well, and this, depending on when, is it going to open in China? When does it open in China? That might.
It's opening all. It's.
Oh, is it Dayton?
Dayton Day opening all everywhere. So
that's pretty bad.
That is pretty bad. Like, this ain't so bad if it. Oh yeah.
Oh, it's everything. Oh crap.
Oh, all of it. Yes, that's all of it. Yeah. That's. I just want to point out how bad. You want to know about how bad word of mouth is, or how bad it's getting panned. It's got a 17% on Rotten Tomatoes. So it's the lowest rated X-Men movie of all time. That includes X-Men Origin of Wolverine.
Oh my god.
That's the one where Ryan Reynolds didn't have a mouth and he was playing Deadpool. I'm just saying.
The mark without a mouth.
Mark without a mouth. Right. Exactly. I bet you get Dawn of Justice drop levels in week 1 and 2. That's probably. It's I don't know, man. Despite the fact that it's going to make decent money compared to the ratings, it's not going to make its money back. I don't think, or it'll be a hard go at it.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, like I could go see this and review it this weekend, but I think I'd rather see Endgame again.
Yeah. Literally anything. Godzilla,
anything.
Anything.
That got panned. I still want to see Godzilla. This one, I'm like, of course, were we excited about this movie at all?
Not really.
Is it?
I'm excited for Sophie Turner. That's about it.
Oh, I like Sophie Turner.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know, man. Like after Apocalypse, you're like, okay, Days of Future's Past, you're like, okay, they're coming back. And then Apocalypse sucked. And then they're bringing the same guy who did X3 to retell the Dark Phoenix story again. And I'm like, and it doesn't matter because all these characters are going away after this.
Yeah.
But here's the thing to remember. Don't feel bad for Disney losing all this money. Because Disney isn't losing any money.
Why would
Yeah, they
anyone
didn't-
feel sad?
They didn't pony up the $200 million.
Yeah.
I mean,
Feel sad? I don't even think that's possible with Disney.
Can't you feel bad about Disney at all?
They could
No.
lose all of their money in one movie and they'll get it back with something
Oh, my
else.
goodness.
Toy Story, I mean, come on now.
They have $2 billion plus movies. They have over $3 billion in just 2 of their movies, and it's
Yeah.
halfway through the year.
Yeah.
Not even halfway
yeah.
through the year yet.
Well, you want
Just
to
saying.
talk Disney and money? They make, assuming that from open to close, someone is making a lightsaber in every position
Mhm.
all throughout the day, constantly.
But you know they are.
Which you know, yeah,
Yeah.
they're making $245,000 a day in lightsabers.
Just in lightsaber sales in Galaxy's Edge.
in Galaxy's
Sickening.
Edge per day.
I'm excited about the droid
Per
building,
day.
too. I saw the video on the droid building.
The droid, yeah, they
Oh.
both look super fun.
Well, I
But
haven't seen
it
anyways,
yet.
that's
Yeah.
that's a little off topic.
All
All right,
right. So Dark Phoenix, guys, what are your opinions on this? Were you excited to see this movie at all?
I'm excited. I've always liked the X-Men series, and I'm really not as critical as most people are about movies. I'll probably see it, probably just not like anytime soon.
Yeah.
And I like Sophie Turner. I think she's a great actor, so it's
Right.
worth it at least to see her and how she does in the situation and role.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'll watch it. I'm just not like I need to see it now.
I'm mostly curious about how they changed the ending, because they had to reshoot the ending. So I'm kind of curious. Well,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
what are they going for the ending then?
Right.
Yeah, see what's going on here.
The train car or whatever. It's like,
Yeah.
all right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So you were, 19 years ago when X-Men came out,
Yeah.
you were like a kid.
Yeah.
So,
I think I've mentioned it before. X-Men was one of the first shows that I was like, holy crap, these things exist? Like, it was the first movie that I was like, oh my god, superheroes, what's that?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, we're going to lament again. Me and Doug we had to put up with bootleg Fantastic Four movies. We had to buy at the Comic-Con
Right.
from the,
That were,
sweaty guy with eczema in the corner there.
and they weren't good.
And they were good, yeah. And we were glad to have it, damn it. And Captain America with the rubber ears. J.D. Salinger's son playing Captain America. Matt Salinger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. Not a fan of Sophie Turner as Jean. I will say that I like Famke Janssen better as Jean Grey.
Yeah.
I
I agree.
liked her.
Well, yeah. Here's the problem: is they're two different Jean Greys, but they've not really stuck to that, because this was supposed to be the young Jean Grey with their first team,
Yeah.
who hadn't grown into the mature, Famke Janssen
Yeah.
Right.
Jean Grey. But then it's just, let's skip 10 years and not.
Right.
And
Yeah.
she's still
And
like,
she's still, Sophie
20,
Turner.
whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah. Famke Janssen did make a good Jean Grey. I
Mm.
mean, you felt the relationship between her and Logan and
Yeah.
Cyclops was actually, that was good. That was done
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And say what you want about those movies, they actually had the relationship of those characters way better, I felt, than the First Class on
Right.
with the younger team. So anyway, plus I like Famke Janssen.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, she's good.
and a crush on her ever since GoldenEye. She was is it Anatop or whatever? She would kill men with a crush under her thighs.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Oh man. All right.
Okay. All right, moving on. What's our next story, Doug?
Once again, because I think this is the second year in a row
Yeah.
they've done it, Warner Brothers is skipping Hall H again at San Diego Comic-Con. I
Oh.
think they have just seated.
Xenia on top. There we go. I knew it was something.
I think Warner Brothers has just seated Hall H to Disney. They're just like, forget, we can't compete.
Well, they had a chance to come out when Disney skipped that year, and they had a chance to come in hard, and they didn't. They kind of came in.
No, that's true. Yeah.
So
I think Disney has now come to the realization that they're going to leave Comic-Con for MCU, and then I want to say Destination D, but that's not it. Whatever their fan.
the Disney or the whatever the Disney thing is.
Yeah, the
Disney Expo, whatever it's called.
Yeah, the Disney Expo. That's
D3.
Yeah, D3. That's happening in August or July. I can't remember. It's in Anaheim.
Yeah.
this
Star
year.
Wars and Disney stuff.
Yeah, Disney and Star Wars stuff will be there.
Yeah.
San Diego Comic-Con will be MCU.
Makes
But,
sense.
yeah.
Well, maybe Warner Bros. Didn't have anything to bring this year.
Oh, you mean like Wonder Woman 1984 or Joker or Birds of Prey or Doctor Sleep or Dune or Godzilla versus Kong?
Okay, so they had a few things to bring. You figure this would be the ultimate time to promote this because they don't have like a D3 expo to like promote this.
Well,
stuff.
and
I mean that's kind of
especially Dune. Comic-Con people would go nuts for something for Dune. If you could give us some insights.
Out, introduce the cast?
Give us and show some early development stuff. Like give us some images and whatnot.
But if you don't know how it's going to turn out, like to invest that kind of money for movies that you're not sure how well the fan base is going to like, is it worth it in the end? Like,
well, I don't. Yeah, I wonder how much it costs to be in Hall H.
It's got to be a lot. Considering they're a big company, I'd assume they'd get, charged more.
I'm sure, but that's your target audience for like Wonder Woman 84, Joker, Birds of Prey.
Yeah,
I mean those are three movies. But
they're also the most critical. You got more eyes out there.
True.
They're going to be more critical about what you're putting out. And if you're not
if
sure
you're
how
worried
you feel about it.
Maybe if I were Warner Brothers, I'd avoid it too. Because they are, I agree, Charlie Tango. That is the only one I am excited about.
Yeah. Excited about? Okay. Yeah.
I'm excited about Wonder Woman as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cautiously optimistic that regardless of what shenanigans they're going to do with the timeline and ignoring the first, apparently, that I'm still going to enjoy the movie because of that cast. They were just so good that, I'm not happy about it, but...
We did get a slight tease for Wonder Woman in lieu of them not showing up. We got a new poster for Wonder Woman just in time for Pride Month. We have this image here, which is... all
I love it.
Color. She's got that golden armor. Sometimes in the comics she wears golden armor, usually with wings.
Yeah.
But it just looks.
It has a very 80s feel to it. I love it.
Well, it's supposed to be. It's 1984, so
1984.
An 80s vibe would be appropriate.
I'm just hoping that's not. I'm hoping she wears the classic costume for most of it, and that's just a
part way. At some point. Some major portion of the movie.
I'm sure
they're
it's
gonna
just
go,
an homage, or I don't think you'll
Right.
see that. I don't know.
Yeah, but Warner Brothers fans don't despair because they will be at Scare Diego to promote it too.
So you know what Scare Diego is? So Scare Diego is basically the first day of the con they're devoting to horror movies.
Oh, okay.
And it's off-site. It's not even, you don't even have to have a badge to San Diego to go to it. It's off-site. Yeah. They do a lot more of that.
There's so much that happens outside of the Comic-Con.
This is the first year I'm going, and everyone who's gone like regularly, they're like, you don't even bother with a pass. Just walk around. There are plenty of things to do.
Stuff. Yeah. You can't really just decide to go.
Yeah.
You have to actually get in the lottery to go to the next year.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
So different than when we started.
Yeah, so different. Yeah. But I mean, so of course, Chapter 2, probably the one movie they actually don't need to promote. Everybody who's the target audience for that movie is going to go see that movie.
Yeah.
So, I guess same thing to be said about Wonder Woman 1984, but I don't know. I'm a little, I got to say, I got to agree with you guys. Dune is pretty much the only thing I'm really excited about, I guess.
Well, I feel like they're all interesting movies. I'll probably go see most of them. But
Dr. Sleep, too. I want to see Dr. Sleep because it's a good book.
I'm
not going to go out of my way.
The follow-up to
The Shining.
The Shining, yeah. Okay.
It's
his son,
Danny Torrance, grown up.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right.
Like I want to see Talisman and Black House, which is the sequel to that. I want to see that as a movie at some point. But this one's pretty good. The Shining is Danny Torrance, the sequel to The Shining. So.
I mean, as far as that goes, I'm not a horror fan, so it and Dr. Sleep don't care about.
Yeah.
I'll see the others, but except for Joker.
Yeah.
Really?
You refuse to...
I refuse to see Joker because I'm sick of them.
Wait till we get into the breakdown.
I'm sick of them focusing on bad guys for no particularly good reason and doing 2 different ones.
Sure.
In the space of like 10 years, we're going to have 6 different Jokers between TV and film.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this is ridiculous. I'm done. I don't care.
Welcome to the Couch Crunchers who are joining us.
Oh, all right. Nice. Entertaining. You came to the wrong place.
Come on, what are you doing? You missed a cool intro here. Check that out.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So skipping Hall H.
Yep.
Is that because again, they don't want to be made fun of. They're tired of.
And do we know if Disney has Disney said if they're going to be in Hall H?
Yeah, Marvel's going to be in Hall H.
Like I would assume, but they skipped 1 year, so.
Does this mean all right? Is this pointing to Hall H losing its appeal? Is it people like we don't need Hall H? The expensive Hall H from other movies. We're tired of getting their stuff leaked. Comic-Con.
I don't think so, because it is still it's the biggest draw there. People camp out to go to Hall H, so you're going to have enthusiastic fans.
That's true.
Being there, so I guess they just thought their slate was too weak to go in there.
It's the only thing I
Wonder
can
Woman?
think
Yeah.
Joker, Birds of Prey,
Wonder Woman's
Dune.
realistically
Weak slate.
Wonder Woman's the only big draw there.
I would agree with that.
I guess that's true.
Like wide appeal, right? Like all of the nerds are going to be excited about all these movies, but like the mass audience, Wonder Woman's the only thing they really know.
If there was going to be another big DC movie, I don't count Joker or Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
If we had something on Suicide Squad, maybe. Then maybe it would be worth going.
Yeah.
Or if there was another Fantastic Beast coming out, although people are souring on that. Yeah. Pretty quickly. And there's
Harry
3
Potter,
more.
Harry Potter is not.
And there's 3 more to go. I didn't think the last one was as bad as other people did, but it still wasn't. It's not great. Yeah, it hasn't been fantastic. So it hasn't been fantastic yet.
They dropped the trailer after Comic-Con now anyway. Charlie says. That's true. By the way, Charlie, Couch Crunchers is another awesome podcast. You should check them out.
They'll be on tomorrow.
So there you go. Yes, sir. Or actually, people ask us why we're on Thursdays.
Right.
So we have other cool podcast friends here, like Absolute Geek Podcast on Fridays. I believe Couch Crunchers guys are on Saturdays now, or later on Fridays. I'm not sure.
Yeah, and Fridays are the hardest time for us all to get together at the same time.
True.
So
yeah, that's true. We like to say it's because we're helping.
Yeah.
Well, it is.
It is.
But
also,
yeah,
we can't get together. All right, so Warner Bros. Is skipping Hall H. Dark Phoenix coming this weekend. What else we got? What's going on? What other news?
Marvel movie slate leaks for before Comic-Con.
Okay, this is a leak from Slash Films that leaked this rundown of what's coming up for Marvel. Now we know this is not complete, right? And we don't know how this is rumor, right? It's leak.
Yeah.
We don't know how accurate it is, but why don't you run down the list here?
So we got Black Widow, The Eternals, Black Panther 2, Shang-Chi, Doctor Strange 2, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Nova, Thor 4, Ant-Man 3, Captain Marvel 2, New Avengers, Young Avengers, Dark Adventures, and Fantastic Four 2022.
All right. So...
All right, well, up through Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, we already knew that was pretty much the slate that was coming out post Spider-Man.
Right.
That's a pretty safe bet.
Yeah.
And I guess
out to you on this list
if
here?
I saw this list with those 6, if I saw something where it's just like, oh, this came to me somehow, and I saw those first 6 in that order and then saw this other stuff, I go, this could be a pretty accurate list.
Yeah.
Because I was already pretty sure that was the slate coming up. I'm super excited about Nova.
Yeah, there's always been talking about Nova. So
that's probably the one on here that I'm most excited about. I'm glad to see Thor 4 on here because I was with how well Thor 3 did. I was like, okay, you need another one. This needs to keep going. Yeah.
I'm kind of over Thor. I love Thor. I love Thor. I've loved him in all the movies, but I feel like we've gotten to the point where it's like, okay, he's the star. Let's kind of like get other people and see what other people are doing.
I hope he's in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I
hope they at least show a little bit of him, but
Yeah.
I don't want him to be the focus.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll need to depart fairly early in it, I think. Be there for a little while, have a cool them fighting together like you had in Guardians 2, where there was a cool fight at the beginning.
Right.
And then he leaves for some reason. Maybe that sets up Thor 4, but then
could be,
call it there. I don't want, he doesn't need to be there the whole movie, but
right.
Yeah.
What stands out to me is the Avengers, the new, young, and dark Avengers.
Yeah. That's exciting.
That makes me think, if this is an accurate list,
that
makes me think we're looking at a 3-parter.
Is the Thor spot for you? Yes.
Wasn't that?
No She-Hulk movie. I think She-Hulk is one of the ones that they still have rights issues. Not that they can't do a She-Hulk movie, but just like they can't.
She has to be part of an ensemble.
She has to be part of an ensemble.
Can't be a solo
Her
movie.
and Hulk, their distribution rights are still tied up with
Paramount?
Universal.
Or Universal, okay.
So Disney can use those characters. They own the characters. They can put out a Hulk movie, but they have to share distribution profits from a Hulk movie or any Hulk ancillary characters with Universal, and Disney's just not going to do that at this point. But I would love to see her She-Hulk. If they do an A-Force movie and they don't have She-Hulk in it, I'm going to be very upset. But, that's just kind of the situation that they're in.
Yeah, and I wonder, I don't know. As far as the Avengers go, though, I think they're going to up their game and go for a 3-parter. And go through these 3 things, maybe even a 4-parter.
You don't think there should be separate Avengers type movies?
Well,
these are the new Avengers.
The fact that they put them all 3 together tends to suggest, and then maybe they will be three separate teams with 1 through storyline leading to a 4th movie they haven't put on this list.
Maybe
that you'll have these 3 different groups going towards one common goal.
What I got from this is that they might be done with the Avengers being the connective tissue for all of them, right? They're like, now we're just have 3 separate. There's Young Avengers. There's
maybe
New Avengers and Dark Avengers. Dark Avengers. Does that mean we're going to get a Red Hulk or?
I don't know who the Dark Avengers are because I think I'm confusing them with. Well, they're not. Because there was the Secret Avengers too.
Secret Avengers, yeah.
Secret Avengers was like Captain America's like underground team. So I'm not even sure who the Dark Avengers are. Was that the freaking Iron Patriot led, like with Wolverine's son and
I think so.
And all those. I mean, are they really going with that?
Yeah. No.
Because they've not really set that up. Yeah, Dark Avengers is the... Yeah, Dark Avengers is the fake...
Thunderbolt?
It's the fake one that was... Well, it's not even really I mean, some of them are Thunderbolts. But it's, you've got Iron Patriot, you've got Daikon as Wolverine, you've got Venom as Spider-Man, you've got...
Interesting.
Songbird as somebody, I think. Maybe.
But can you do Dark Avengers without introducing Thunderbirds first?
Yeah. So I don't know if that's just they're not. This doesn't mean the same thing as it does in the comics.
Just a title, and then they can do with whatever they.
Well, obviously, I doubt the New Avengers is going to be Captain America, Luke Cage, Spider-Man, Wolverine, and I think that was it.
Yeah. Well, I think the New Avengers are going to go with the more, diverse, like Miss Marvel and that crowd for the New Avengers because that's.
Yeah, but the New Avengers has had a couple of common threads: Wolverine, Luke Cage, and I think Spider-Man have been on all of the variations of the New Avengers that I'm aware of. And Luke Cage ends up being the leader of the team. So it makes me wonder if they're just using these names and going, man, it's not going to be exactly like the comic books. We're just gonna go with it.
Right. I'm pretty excited about the Young Avengers because they've already they're at Hawkeye's daughter, right? They got Ant-Man's daughter for stature, right?
Yep.
I mean, so and then who knows? I guess Vision and Scarlet Witch's kids were in the Young Avengers too, but if we're gonna have WandaVision, if she brings them back somehow, reality altering powers,
who knows?
Who knows what's gonna happen there? But this is a very. I'm not sure whether this is, like I said, 100%. We know the first part of it is definitely what's coming up next.
Right.
Yeah.
The rest of it's kind of like, and then Fantastic Four is kind of like a separate rumor. It's coming out. The rumor is it's coming out in 2022. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, and I was looking at Charlie Tango's cosmic thing. The true-ish, because if you look at those first 6 movies, only 2 of them really are cosmic. I guess Doctor Strange could be.
Yeah.
He's a little more extra dimensional, but Eternals and Guardians are the only cosmic ones. Then you go kind of hardcore cosmic with pretty much Ant-Man and possibly the Avengers being the only ones who aren't. And I'm wondering if instead of the new Avengers or the Dark Avengers will be kind of more like the Black Panther and Captain Marvel led. What was that team called? The Ultimates. When they did the new Marvel or whatever it was called, Marvel Now, or I forget which iteration it was of their retooling.
Whichever reboot.
But they had them as the Ultimates, where they were super cosmic. Like their first mission was like, we're gonna fix Galactus.
No,
So if one of those teams is that iteration, which would also then bring in Photon or whatever, Rambeau's character.
Oh yeah.
Monica Rambeau's character. Yeah, she was on that team too. So you could have Captain Marvel, Black Panther, Monica Rambeau, and I don't know who else you might want to fit from there on one of these 3 Avengers teams.
Can't you do Silver Surfer at that point? Before Fantastic Four?
Who knows? Yeah, I don't know what they do.
Kevin Feige is really into Silver Surfer. All I know is that he's really excited about that.
Yeah,
they tried to get the rights to him earlier.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But so who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm excited if we get to see this. Shang-Chi's sets of street level heroes, which may lead to new Avengers. That's true.
Yeah.
That is true. And then we could bring back too early to recast Luke Cage and those guys.
No.
They have the rights to him now. I mean, what are they going to do with them?
I mean, I can think of a couple of people who would make good.
I really like Luke Cage though.
I do. Yeah, I like the
Charlie
guy.
Cox. I can't think of another Daredevil.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be great if they could get them, if there was some sort of period of time that if you waited that long, you could use those actors as those characters.
4 years after their series ended.
That makes it tough for getting to new Avengers, because that's probably 4 years from now.
4 years out? Yeah.
Even if you took 3 a year, which is unlikely, that's year 4, if this list is accurate.
That's true.
Because you're looking 2020,
2021,
2022, 2023 before you get to those Avengers movies.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, you have a possible Phase 4 lineup and beyond for Marvel here. I think this list will get solidified during Comic-Con. I think we'll hear at Comic-Con what the actual list is. This is, like I said, this was leaked, so this still has some room to change there. So we'll figure it out. All right. On to our next story.
Which is a gut punch for Mike.
This is sad news for me. Swamp Thing has been canceled. But with the cancellation of the Swamp Thing, in its first week out, like literally only the pilot is out right now.
Does that mean they're not showing the
other? No. The rest of it are showing.
We're
not getting a second season.
Got it. Sure. Okay.
We're only getting the 10. Because remember, it was 13 episodes. They cut it down to 10. The last minute made them rewrite 10 to be the
end. Yeah.
The end. And then this is pretty much, at least we got the information on what happened. So what caused it all? Why did it cut short? Well, it was a clerical error from North Carolina. So the reason why they're shooting North Carolina instead of Louisiana or Georgia or something like that.
Right.
They offered them $40 million in tax rebates, basically.
Sure.
Okay.
And that was going to offset the $80 million cost of the series. Right?
Okay.
This is one of the most expensive series that they have.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of special effects. I mean, if you saw the pilot episode of Swamp Thing, it was amazing. And lots of special effects going into that. Right? Not just, Swamp Thing doesn't even show up at the end of it, but it's lots of special effects. So it's super expensive to do. However, it got filed wrong as instead of an ongoing series, a pilot or something like that. So anyway, they didn't get the rebate. And then when everything got finally settled, around the time they're getting ready to shoot episode 10, they only got $14 million back. So they had to eat $26 million. They didn't plan on. So immediately that's when they cut it down to 10 episodes from 13, right when they found out information.
Okay.
And now they've canceled it. So it's just too expensive for them to do.
Yeah.
And they just haven't got enough subscribers for their service yet, I guess, to compensate it. I don't know. But it's just sad because it just looks really good. And it's getting good reviews. People that have seen a few episodes in, it's getting really good reviews. I mean, if it's...
Maybe it'll pull through.
Yeah.
Unlikely.
If it's in like Doom Patrol, I didn't like Titans. But then, actually, it's not true. I liked everybody in Titans except the Titans. I liked all the other side characters, right? I like, Wonder Girl. I like the Doom Patrol they introduced, right? Hawk and Dove. I liked them all. Didn't really like the Titans. Then Doom Patrol came out, and just based on Doom Patrol from Titans, I watched that, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
And then I watched the pilot episode of Swamp Thing, and I was like, okay, I'm in. And Swamp Thing was one of them. And we said this when they first announced this service, and what the lineup was. I was like, okay, that's one of the main reasons why I would ever get this.
Right.
Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
And then it's the one that gets canceled first.
Canceled.
But I mean, I can understand that. I mean, that's you're expecting to only pay $40 million.
Yeah, that's a pretty big pretty big hit.
I'd be like, wait a minute.
Well, sorry, Mike. That's a bummer.
It is. So, but go check it out if you haven't. If you haven't seen the pilot episode, the second episode is up tomorrow.
Okay.
So it's really good. And I will say one thing about the service. There's not getting a whole lot of subscribers here for this. But if you're a comic book fan, if you're a comic subscription fan, this is the best comic subscription service out there. You get
way better than Marvel Unlimited.
Way better than Marvel Unlimited. I mean, it's $15 a month, and you get access to all of DC Comics.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I've been reading back. I mean, I got caught back up on, I reread through the Alan Moore Swamp Thing run. And the weird thing about it is there's notes in the comics. So when you read the comic and they mention something in another comic, there's a link to it. So you can click on that.
Yeah.
And take you to that other comic, and you start reading from there.
Yeah.
And then you can just go down a rabbit hole. And it's like, 7 in the morning, the sun's coming up, and your wife's coming up for work. And yelling at you, "Why, you got a bed yet?" And I'm like, well, the comics.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know what happens to everybody, but I mean, that's, I'm not saying it happened to me, but
it might have.
It might have. So give us some good news, Doug. Give us a good story. What do we got next? God.
Well, sorry. I'm going to have to disappoint you. But
no.
Joker movie leaks. Okay. So some spoilers.
Spoilers, if you don't want to know.
In theory.
If these are true, spoilers. Yeah. If not.
And if these are true, this is one more reason not to go see this movie. But, all right. It takes place in 1981. Gotham is at its lowest point with crime, which means they're doing well, apparently. Okay. Thomas Wayne is running for mayor. So there we're changing background.
Yeah.
Arthur, who is the Joker, is the Jobker, as Mike typed it.
The job, yeah.
Loses his job, bombs at stand-up, and is made fun of on a show called Live with Murray Franklin.
That's who Robert De Niro's playing.
Oh, okay. There's a stand-up for that.
Yeah.
Big reveal is Arthur's mom is claiming that Thomas Wayne is his father. And what's that, more from other sources?
There's some more news after this. This is from the leak. That's from that leak.
Okay, yeah.
So that would make Joker Batman's half-brother?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Dumb.
That was from that leak. Then there was some more information that came out afterwards from different sources saying that there's a second twist that she was obsessed with Thomas Wayne, but he wasn't really his father. His father was abusive to him, and so he ends up, killing her. And then supposedly he comes out on this talk show that made fun of him, and that's his first announcement to the world as the Joker.
Oh, okay, all right.
I don't know. None of this sounds that exciting.
And it's going to be a hard R.
Hard R, yep.
So, yeah, lots of reasons not to go see the Joker movie.
And he's only going to be a Joker in the last part of the movie.
Yeah. Last 30 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
So
I'm excited about this.
Are
You're bumming me out, man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think this will be a fun twist on Joker. We've all seen insane, crazy, Joker's Joker, but like this is like a realistic Joker. This is something that like seems like that could happen. I'm down for that.
I will say this: people are saying that this is what the role that Joaquin Phoenix is going to be known for.
Well, here's the thing: is I like Joaquin Phoenix.
I think you make an awesome Joker.
If this were a Batman movie where he was becoming the Joker and it was gritty realism and stuff like that, and you played with it that way, it's fine. I just don't like movies where the bad guy is the protagonist.
I love those movies.
I don't mind
you
those.
see the hero so often. I want to see the bad guy get his day.
Well, here's the thing with the Joker. The problem is same thing with the original Red Hood storyline, the Killing Joke story, and why his background's changed a whole lot, and what made Heath Ledger's Joker so compelling is the fact that he's a mystery, right? The whole thing about it is
true.
You don't want to know the Joker's backstory.
I do.
Like I don't want to know who his name is, Arthur Curry or whatever. I don't want to know.
Arthur Curry? He's Aquaman?
He's Aquaman. Arthur, whatever his name is. I don't want to know this. I don't care. I want him to be mysterious, and that makes him more scary to realize. We don't know who this guy is. What drove him over the edge? What? Because he's so crazy and over the top.
Even people who can mind read can't figure out his background.
Can't figure out his background in the comics. This is why. That's part of what makes him so scary. Like, what could you speculate? Your mind goes wild. I mean, the scariest thing is what's not shown, right?
Right.
Well, you have to go through your mind. Like, what did this guy go through to have him that kind of mental break? And then for them to tell us in a movie,
but I think the scary thing is that these things could be real. The realistic aspect is what gets.
But we had a realistic Joker with Heath Ledger's Joker.
True.
Right? I mean, that was a
not
realistic
that he was
take
a bad
on
Joker. I just I like renditions, and I think he's a good actor, so it'll be interesting. Charlie agrees, though. He says that it's a hard pass for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and here's
there's year one that would work.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I don't know. I'm not excited about this movie. I mean, any Batman movie without Batman in it, I'm not really excited about.
And here's
especially when they go in and start changing the background.
See, I'm over Batman too. There's so
I am
much
too.
Batman.
I'm over Batman. But I don't want to see a Batman movie without it. Right?
Fair.
I'm like, they need to let Batman go for a while.
Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing that bothers me is all of these Batman stories that have no Batman in them.
Yeah.
We've got Joker and Gotham, and there was something else.
Well, Bert Frey's not going to have him.
Yeah, all of these things that are Batman stories that don't have no Batman. You're just like, come on, just.
At least they're bringing him in for season 2 of Titans.
Just drop it.
Right.
Just leave the Batman lore for a while, let people grow fond of it again or miss it, and then bring it back. But here's the thing is I'm disappointed that Joaquin Phoenix is being put in this position because I do think he'd make a compelling Joker. But philosophically, I will not see this movie because I want to send a message to Warner Brothers that this isn't the kind of superhero movie I want.
Yeah. I'm not going to see it unless... And here's the thing, it's probably going to be a good movie, right? Because all the talent that's in this, all the actors that are in it, he's probably going to play a really good Joker. It's probably going to be a really good movie, but it's going to be like First Night is for me. Yeah. Right? First Night is supposed to be a King Arthur story. It's a good movie.
It's a bad King Arthur movie.
It's not King Arthur.
Yeah.
Right? Like if it was like named, you're like, King George or whatever, know, in his, in his Knight Bill. I don't care. Something. It's not King Arthur. Good movie. It's not King Arthur. For this, it could be a good movie. It's just not Joker for me anyway. All right. Those are that's it for our news stories for the week. If we're going to talk about Phoenix Fan Fusion. You actually got to represent us going to that because me and Doug set it out this year. And it's sad because we missed all, the Couch Couple guys and the Geek Podcast guys were there.
Yeah, all the Ruby. It just was not.
And all the Ruby girls were there,
Yeah, it just was not feasible
this
year.
The time we miss it, it's like everything's happening.
Yeah, everything's there.
Right.
We missed a chance of meeting all these guys. So tell us, how was Phoenix Fan Fusion?
It was pretty good. I've always had this feeling towards Phoenix Comic Con. I love going to Fan Fusion. I like the concept of conventions, and the whole point is getting nerds together to feature things that you may not have seen or theories and things like that. but the panels have been more or less just people with opinions, and I don't want to hear your opinions. Just
I have my own
straightforward.
opinions.
Well, like,
Just tell me
okay, if you
yourself.
want a discussion, cool. Let's have a discussion.
Yeah.
Have let the panel be a discussion about where you think like Marvel's going and what do you think these movies are coming out as, and like
Right.
people who have like done their research to be able to build those sort of like discussions for people to have. But I don't want to sit there and say, yeah, well, you guys suck and I hate this movie, but my version of the movie is going to be way better. And like, I don't want to listen to your opinion on why the last season of whatever show is crap. Like,
So you can go to any
Was
of
there
the,
a specific example? I'm curious now.
so
They have a bunch of panels on there that are like what do you call it? The fan fiction panels where they get together and it's
Yeah.
kind of brainstorm fan fiction stuff.
Yeah.
And then or like the shipping panels.
They're very easy to spot, so I avoid them. But like the first one that I went to, it was and it's video games, so everyone has an opinion about video games, but it was Mass Effect. And I was super excited because Mass Effect leads itself to like all sorts of like science discussions and like theories about why things are the way that they are and like just really cool concepts. But instead it was, well, Mass Effect 3 sucks. And the only good game was the first one, and the second one was good, I guess. And like just like
That's
why
what the discussion
they,
was?
yeah. And I don't like that's I don't go
It's the
to these
greatest
things.
gaming trilogy
Right.
ever,
Cool.
of all
That's
time.
what you think? That's great. So
you may have an issue with the ending, but saying 3 sucked is pretty dumb.
That's pretty good.
So-
I mean, come on now. It's
Like-
one of the greatest video game trilogies of all time.
I'm actually playing one now because I've
Alright.
never played it before.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So I'm
story's
like,
awesome.
I'm gonna play through it.
It's pretty
so,
good.
The
I
story
liked it.
is worth putting up with the
graphics.
mechanics and
Yes,
graphics.
Yeah.
absolutely.
I'm
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm getting it under control.
Yeah.
Like when I first started playing, I was like, this is so because I played 2 first.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm like,
okay.
this is so different from 2
Yeah.
that I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't
Yeah.
like this.
I liked it, but
But
I
I'm
like
getting
it. Yeah,
it.
story's
Anyway.
amazing.
But the point is
yeah.
that I like going there because 1, cosplay, 2, I like the local artists, and
Mhm.
3, I like the discussions, like, or even the panels that are science based, or like people who think they know where things are going, and like
Yeah.
kind of how we do on the channel, like we talk about where MCU is going, where
Yeah.
what
Right, yeah.
show is going
Exactly,
further
yeah.
in the future from our own opinions, yes, but also what our knowledge base is, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So, I didn't do a whole lot of panels.
I know I sat in on a shipping panel one time because when I was taking my daughter to go.
Yeah.
This was a couple years ago. And
Oh God.
I sat in on a shipping panel and I'm like, all right, this is dumb. I'll just sit here. But then I got really angry. I just sat there just I just felt it bubble up in me. That's stupid. Those two would never get together. And then I realized, what am I doing? What am
No,
I'm getting a little upset
don't
about
even
people.
start it.
You're
Well,
counter shipping.
Okay, yeah, exactly. About
Yeah.
these
That's
fake
not the
people.
ship. This is the ship.
Yeah. Fake relationships between fake people.
Mm,
I'm just like, okay, I can't go to those anymore
yeah.
because I don't want to be that
Well,
guy.
that's the thing. You can. If you're reading into what the panel's about, you know what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Okay, this is going to be about so and so's opinion about
Right. yeah.
season 3, and cool, but I don't want to be a part of
Well,
that.
see, it was like some of the local podcast guys, like Couch Crunchers and Grizzled Geek Podcast and Read a Comic Book. They're doing some cool sounding panels, stuff that like was kind of like like trivia, like kind of trivia, or
Yes,
or like,
the trivia is
stuff
fun.
like
yeah,
um,
those are very popular now too. We
Yeah.
saw a lot of panels on trivias and
bunch of cool stuff like
games.
that. There's not just only new stuff, but like entertainment.
things
Right.
to
So,
do,
things
like
to
actual
do.
things to do.
Well, see, and I always like the panels that you learn something, like the independent comic
Yes.
publishers and
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
who
for
talk
sure.
about
Like
how the
people in a
industry
profession,
works and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Artist
absolutely.
panels who talk about the like these are the projects I liked working on, those
Right.
kind of things. So those are the
Yeah.
kinds that I like.
Yeah.
Like when Mike and I went to San Diego all
Mhm.
those years ago,
Yeah.
we always went to the how do you get
How do you
in,
make
how do you
it?
break
Yeah.
it into comics
Yeah.
and
Self-publishing
stuff?
or
How do you
breaking
do
into
self-publish?
comics
Yeah,
or-
all that stuff.
Well, that
Yeah.
was another thing. So there were a lot of those that happened on Friday. So
Okay.
Friday, but that was Friday morning, and I didn't take off to go see that. So Friday morning and Friday afternoon was when all those cool things came up, and we didn't get in until later Friday evening. So
Yeah.
like all the cool stuff was done. So like one of the panels we went to was Creepypasta, which we tried to go last year, but the fire alarm went off. And
what was it called?
Creepypasta. It's like a
Scary
guy
stories on the
reading
internet.
scary stories on the internet.
Where Slenderman came from.
Right.
Okay.
So like, love that stuff. We went to the Creepypasta, which was supposed to be a 2-part, and there were 2 people, and they were there last year. They were standing up, and they were standing up there, and literally all they did was talk about scary things while he was playing scary video games. Like, it wasn't formal at all. There wasn't like anything.
He's just talking about scary stuff.
He was just like, "Hey, did you guys read that one story? Oh, I've got to go down this scary hallway. Oh, jump scare. That was scary. Let's keep on going." Like, that's not creepypasta.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a very sour taste towards.
One thing
animals.
I'm like, I don't know why I'm excited, but I'm not going. But at Scare Diego, one of the events things, they actually have an SCP panel there.
Oh, that's cool.
You know, the online, like the Monster Hunters or whatever, SCP.
Oh, yeah.
Secure, Contain, Protect.
Yes.
So yes, it's exciting. So you're going to all this stuff. You're going to San Diego, but not the actual Comic-Con.
No, we are.
Oh, you are? Oh,
yeah, we only got tickets for Sunday though, so
you can get early raffle tickets to get tickets for next year.
Yep, exactly.
So there you go.
So we got Sunday, but we're gonna go Thursday because we've been told that. There's plenty to do.
They do like big parties and stuff like that. They're off site.
Yeah,
okay.
Like everybody's around there. Is cool stuff.
Yeah.
And Scare Diego is Thursday.
Do they usually do like advertisements, like the leaflets or whatnot, so I know where I'm going?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, you can go to their websites and see what they're
I'm sure.
what
Or
they're
their
promoting.
Twitter page, I'm sure.
That's right.
Anyway.
Yeah.
You're young and on social media. You figure this stuff out.
Yeah.
I have a Twitter account. Doesn't mean I use it.
Yeah.
It's true. So do we. We don't hardly ever use it too. All right.
I retweet wrestlers.
Retweet.
I retweet things I see on Instagram from the Ruby Girls.
Goodness.
Yes. Mostly Becky Lynch.
SCP stories are very cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
they're great. That's another rabbit hole you might fall down one night. And
I'd never heard of him until a Star Wars YouTuber I really like called Eckhart Slatter just started throwing. He does normally Star Wars and Halo stuff, lore videos and ship comparisons and stuff like that. And then he started throwing SCP in there. I was like, oh, this is kind of intriguing. It reminds me of like playing Beyond the Supernatural or something.
Sure.
Funny you should mention that. I'm actually writing a Beyond the Supernatural Victims game based on SCP.
Yeah.
I was gonna have one night for you guys. So
love it.
It's coming up. It's happening.
How can you be
role play
SCP and Victims at the same time?
Well, because you play D class, which are the
all right.
They're the guys they send in to test the stuff. So yeah, that's why it's a Victims game. All right. So now on to our small stories, our nerd nuggets, our geek bites. Nerd nuggets. The more you say nerd nuggets,
I love it.
The more Doug loves it. Doug loves that word.
That face.
I forgot the nerd nugget graphics too.
Dang it. Come on now.
That's why we're always improving. Next time. All right.
Ooh, that's a cool story. All right.
Yeah. So
Mike added a couple of stories I hadn't seen yet, and I was like, "Oh, really?
Ooh, look at this." So right off the bat, Bill and Ted Face the Music cast their daughters, and actually we have a picture here somewhere. All right. So Bridget Lundy Payne will play Billy Logan, and Samara Weaving will play Thea Preston.
I love it. Oh, that's awesome.
And you look at the picture of the.
That's amazing.
It is awesome.
So
this along with the fact that Bill Sadler's coming back as the Grim Reaper for this movie. Well, not just that. The fact that Bill and Ted is awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
I can't wait for this movie. But they're starting to film this, and it's happening.
Yeah.
Bill and Ted 3 is actually happening all these years later.
Yeah.
And Bill Sadler, the best part of Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. It's amazing. So I'm excited about this. What do you got? What about you guys? You excited? You've seen Bill and Ted, right? I'm assuming. No. Oh my God. We got rid of Does It Hold Up? Too late for. I'm making you watch that anyway.
Well, yeah. You gotta see Bill and Ted. The first one, at least.
Yeah.
Second one's okay. It's not great like the first one is. It's
but it has a
good.
Grim Reaper who's great in it.
Yeah. I mean, they're both good.
Yeah.
The first one is great.
First one is great.
I mean, it is.
It is amazing.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, it's hard to oversell that movie. It's just so much good.
Never consider if it doesn't hold up because yes, of course it holds up. It's Bill and Ted. All right, Doug. What's next?
Ghostbusters sequel set for 2020, and this is an actual sequel.
This is a sequel to the originals, not
a
sequel
okay.
to the
to the girls. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. To the ones that made money. So
yeah. I feel so bad because if it had been handled differently, the female Ghostbusters could have been cool.
Yeah, it could have been if it would have been a true sequel.
A sequel instead of a reboot, it would have been
excellent.
Good. Be excellent. And freaking Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth was amazing.
So good.
It was amazing in it. There was just a few things that just didn't work overall, right? Like individually there were things that worked, but overall it just didn't work.
Yeah.
And the fact that it didn't, if it would, like I said, if it would have been a sequel, it would have been like a handoff. It had the old Ghostbusters in it.
Yeah.
They handed it off to the women who took off.
Yeah, I think it would have been.
It would have been, I think it would have been much better. But
yeah.
I don't know. It kind of like tiptoed between the, homage, sequel, and ripping off.
Sure.
Of the original. So it didn't set right with a lot of fans, clearly, because it failed.
Yeah.
But yeah, and this is done by Ivan Reitman's son. The guy the director of the original, his son is doing this.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and they got the original cast that's around.
Yeah, that's
and and it's actual sequel. So
right.
We'll see. All right, Kirsty, you want to get that?
I'm excited about this. I know everyone's gonna. Robert Pattinson is Batman, and the movie may introduce Robin as well.
May introduce Robin. Now, this is one of those things where I agree. I'm kind of over Batman.
Yeah.
He needs to wait a little while. But luckily, this isn't coming out anytime soon.
Yeah.
I'm going to reserve judgment on Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he's not going to sparkle as Batman.
People. Listen, everyone was so Ben Affleck. No one wanted him to be Batman, and he turned out awesome.
No one wanted Michael Keaton as Batman.
It
was like Mr. Mom's gonna be Batman. Back in the back when we were kids, it was like it was like Mr. Mom's gonna be Batman.
Yeah.
And we even saw our first pictures of him. We're like, he's wearing rubber muscles. What is this? And then he was like one of the best Batmans ever.
Yeah.
So,
I get that. Yeah. I'm excited. I feel like Batman's one of those roles that you have to get into character. You have to do your homework with it. And every Batman up to this point has done their due.
Yeah.
I think that Robert Pattinson can blow it out of the water if he's able to dedicate
He's a good actor.
He is a good actor.
It's unfair that he gets tied back to Twilight.
Absolutely.
But he's a good actor. He wasn't. I think for a lot of people, and certainly me included, he wasn't what I pictured as Batman.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, I don't know how I feel about this.
I didn't want him he didn't look like Batman. Didn't see him as Batman.
Well, he wasn't Batman because he killed people. So he wasn't.
Whatever.
Yeah. I'm part of the. I don't need another Batman movie right now, especially one that's not tied
Absolutely, yeah.
I hate what they're doing with the DC universe.
Mm.
I'm just so over the. It doesn't matter. They're not connected to each other, so we're gonna go all over the place and blah blah blah. It's just
Yeah, I'm over Batman, but I will probably see it because I'm curious to see how Robert Pattinson is gonna pull it off.
Right.
So.
And if this takes long enough to develop, like if this comes out in 3 or 4 years, then maybe that'll be a long enough time period for me to wait.
Yeah.
But right now I'm just not enthused.
What do you think about the Emmanuel Robin in there? There's already word there's going to be 3 or 4 bad guys in it.
Well, except for
I'm excited.
This is supposed to be set early in his career, so that would be unless you're going to go along the lines of this is like a Robin origin story, like his family's going to die in the movie and all that kind of stuff. That seems, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not enthused for that. It does sound like they're trying to pack too many bad guys. Hate when they do that. There really should be one primary, one secondary. That's it.
Sure. I agree.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens with this. Planet of the Apes has bought enough goodwill that I'll go see any movie the director does until he fails me.
Yeah, that's true. Those are pretty good.
I'm gonna go see it. So That's all there is to it. All right, so we've got a trailer for Ad Astra, which is To the Stars. Have you seen this one? This trailer?
No.
You don't want to seen this?
No.
I don't want to saw this trailer. Okay, so
That's why it's
a
a nugget.
It's Brad Pitt. When I first, I was not excited about this movie. It was like Brad Pitt goes to save Tommy Lee Jones' father in space, and I was like, I don't care about this movie, right? I've seen Tommy Lee Jones as an astronaut, you know,
Right.
like whatever, I don't care. Until I saw this trailer,
Mhm.
and then the trailer paints the much bigger picture of the movie. It's not just him rescuing his dad in space. It's like his dad's working on some kind of alien energy force or some kind of stuff like that. Something that threatens the entire galaxy.
Sure.
And he thought he was lost in space for like 16 years ago, and he's got to go. He's got to go find them. So it looks really good. So, yeah, I gotta say, I'm excited for this movie more after watching this trailer. Trailer did his job. You should check it out after this. So,
all right.
Neither one of you. Trailer?
Sounds like up my alley. I'll take a look at it.
All right. Elizabeth Hurley is going to be Morgan Le Fay in Runaways season 3. Very interesting.
That is,
I haven't seen Elizabeth Hurley in anything for a while.
Yeah, but Morgan Le Fay, that's a good. Here's the thing with Runaways season 1 was amazing. It was an awesome series. It was very true to the comics. I haven't seen season 2. I don't know why. It's like one of those that was because I loved the first season.
Yeah.
I just haven't watched the second one yet.
What's it on?
It's on Hulu.
Okay.
So.
Oh yeah.
I have Hulu, but I just haven't.
Yeah.
Just haven't watched it. So I don't know whether I forgot about it or what. It was. But I don't know. I'm excited about this. I mean, I got to get caught up on season 2.
Right. Yeah.
But all right, Kirsten.
Magic the Gathering animated series coming to Netflix. I love Magic the Gathering, but I am tired of people taking my love and crushing it. Magic the Gathering has so much lore to it, and it has great books, but I don't want to stay into an animation.
Here's the thing: is I don't know where you would start with the lore because there's so much.
You just pick an arc.
20 years of lore.
I mean, yeah.
That's all over the place. There's so many different worlds and.
Although I think
there
going with
an
animated series is better than trying to do it live
for
action.
sure, absolutely, yeah.
I know they've been teasing the live action for a while. I'm like,
don't do it.
Not work.
People are making stuff, and I don't want it. No one asked for this.
It's done by the Russos, so that's another thing.
Which is done by the Russos.
Magic the Gathering series.
Really?
Yes.
All right, so I mean, there's a leg up that you might.
Yeah.
All right.
The Russos we trust.
Yeah, it's true.
Supergirl.
Yes.
Reports say Supergirl.
Oh, Supergirl. Yes.
Yeah.
So we've lost our Superman.
Yeah.
We lost our Batman. We're getting another Batman, but apparently DC has no love for Superman. I have no idea what their problem is, but they keep giving Superman a shaft.
Yeah.
I mean, if you watch the Arrowverse crossover this last time, he was just there he was a jobber to put over Supergirl. He didn't do anything really in that. I was like, he was there.
Good use of wrestling terms, though.
See that. Jobber. I don't know wrestling terms. But yeah, I was just like, he's just not. I don't know why they don't like him. But they got rid of Henry Cavill. They didn't want to pay him pony up the money because they want to put that money in a Supergirl movie. So Supergirl will start filming next year for a 2021 release. And here's another thing. They already have a really good Supergirl on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? So I don't want to see someone else cast. They got the whole Flash situation going on here, you know? A whole another Supergirl for the movies, which...
Do you think they'll learn their lesson and use?
No. No, they will not.
There's...
One could dream.
I don't know why that is the case,
Yeah.
why they don't ever use TV actors in film like that, but... And I don't know if that has to do with distribution.
Well, Marvel's using movie actors in TV.
Yeah,
that's true.
Going the other way. So I don't know, but yeah. So
Supergirl movie.
This is the one I read that you just added that I was kind of like, oh, really?
Yeah.
So reports say Idris Elba is playing Bronze Tiger in Suicide Squad 2, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Bronze Tiger is a super cool character.
Yes.
So
Michael Jai White, Spawn played him in the Arrowverse.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Michael Jai White was Bronze Tiger. That was just so cool. Perfect casting. And then
DC's going through a dumpster fire.
Yes, absolutely. I'm like, but yeah, I'm excited about this. I'm excited about Suicide Squad 2. Yep. I mean, the fact I'm saying that out loud is just seems odd to me. I'm like, a man can only take so much. You throw in James Gunn.
Yeah.
You throw in, Batista and all this. Idris Elba as Bronze Tiger.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
And here's the thing. The first one had kind of a dumb story.
Yeah.
With a dumb final villain.
Yeah.
But I loved the characters, and I liked all of the action up until the final fight.
Exactly, yeah.
So
if you can get me to like Jai Courtney in a movie, then you've done something right.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's come on.
So then throw in James Gunn as, working on it, and I got a little more faith that the story will be handled well. Yeah. And you're bringing back a lot of the people that I liked the first time around, so I'm like, all right, sweet. I'm in.
Let's do this, yeah.
Nice.
So.
All right, folks. I think that about wraps it up. I think we'll leave the rest for next time.
All right, sure. Yeah, we're already over an hour.
Yeah.
So there you have it. Your weekly wrap up of nerd news. All the rumors. Our opinion on them, because we have plenty of opinions.
Lots of opinions.
We'll be back next week, same time, same channel. Check us out. If you want to support the channel and the things we do here, Doug, how can you do that?
Biggest thing you can do is click on the Amazon affiliate link that will be in the YouTube video description. It's not here, but it'll be in the description once the video goes live. Yeah. That's the easiest thing you can do. If you just follow that link, any shopping you do doesn't cost you extra. You just have to click that link, do your normal shopping. We get a small kickback from it. It's great. You can see the shirts these guys are wearing, our Teespring store. You can check that out there. That also helps us out. Or you can check us out on Patreon. Not super active on it right now, but we're working on it. So if you want to help us out.
We got a plan. We got content.
Yeah.
Doug just has to finish it and get it up there.
Yes.
Night, Charlie.
Night.
Yeah.
And good one. Also, like, subscribe if you haven't. Tell your friends about us. I know we've been gaining a lot of subscribers, but we're losing overall subscribers from clearing out accounts or whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, definitely, guys. We'll see you next time. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. And to send us out, we have another song from local folk hero Andy Warpigs. That's all this is. We'll see you next time, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
My sense of worth. I won't spend my days in darkness.